Priyanka Gandhi Vadra wades into the protests against the new farm laws. The Congress General Secretary, who has so far voiced her views through tweets, was in Rampur on Thursday to meet the family of the farmer who died during Republic Day violence. Priyanka attended a prayer meet for the deceased farmer, extended full support to the family.
पिताजी का दिल टूटा हुआ है। आप सोच सकती हैं कि कितना दुख हो रहा है उनको। वो न्यायिक जांच चाहते हैं और वो बहुत स्पष्ट कह रहे हैं कि उनको लगता उन्होंने अपना पोजीशन बहुत क्लियर किया है। जुडिशियल इंक्वायरी चाहते हैं। आप भी मांग करेंगी जुडिशियल इंक्वायरी? बिल्कुल मैं उनका पूरा समर्थन करूंगी, पूरा सपोर्ट पूरा करूंगी।
30-year-old Navneet Singh's death in Delhi is clouded in controversy. The Delhi police says Navneet died in an accident. He met with during the tractor rally that deviated from the route agreed upon. Sources in the police had released CCTV footage that shows Navneet's tractor ramming the barricades before turning turtle. Navneet's family has rejected the police version.
तो जो उसकी पोस्टमार्टम रिपोर्ट है उसमें क्लियर है कि ये यहाँ से एक बूम एंटर करता है और एग्जिट पॉइंट है जो ब्रेन मैटर बाहर लेके गया है, तो गुंजाइश है नहीं कहीं। फिर भी जो इनका जो ड्रामा है, आप किससे हम जांच मांगे? कातिल ही तो जांच करेंगे ना हमारे केस की, कौन करेगा इसकी जांच? इसलिए हमें कोई बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं है, लेकिन फिर भी जो हमारे हमदर्द हैं वो चाहते हैं कि इंसाफ हमें मिले। उनकी जो हमने उनकी भावनाओं की भी कदर करनी है कि वो कहते हैं कि इसकी जुडिशियल इंक्वायरी होनी चाहिए, तो हम यस I agree.
Priyanka's visit to the deceased farmer's family has triggered a political backlash from the BJP.
यह सारे विरोधी जो पार्टी के राजनेता हैं या दल के लोग हैं, यह सब भारतीय जनता पार्टी से कहीं मुकाबला नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, तो किसानों की आड़ ले रहे हैं कि उनके पीछे छिप करके हम भारतीय जनता पार्टी को निशाना बनाएं, देश के सबसे लोकप्रिय प्रधानमंत्री माननीय नरेंद्र मोदी जी को निशाना बनाएं। लेकिन उनका यह निशाना काम नहीं आ रहा है, क्योंकि देश की जनता किसान आंदोलन की आड़ में जो राजनीति हो रही है इस सच को जान गई है।
Political parties have so far stayed away from big political support for the young farmer given the circumstances in which he died. Now the Congress is backing Navneet's family's demand for a judicial probe. But will Priyanka Gandhi Vadra's open support help or hurt the Congress party remains to be seen. With video journalists Sanjay and Amir Khan, this is Mosmi Singh in Rampur for India Today.
Okay, so Mosmi Singh's report, according to people in the Delhi police, and of course now that's a point that's also been raised by Nupur Sharma, Adil Singh Boparai, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra did not meet the 500 injured Delhi police personnel, some with life-threatening injuries, but went and visited what the Delhi police describes, who the Delhi police describes is a protester, an assailant who used a farmer as a weapon to target the police, hit a barricade, his tractor turned turtle, and he lost his life.
Is that question to me, Gaurav?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is that question to me, Gaurav?
Yes, Adil, that question is for you.
Gaurav, Mr. Modi has not expressed a single word of empathy or compassion for 180 farmers who've lost their lives at the protest site. I would urge you to even put this question to the Bharatiya Janata Party spokesperson, point number one. Point number two, let me expose the pseudo-patriots who claim to be self-appointed patriots. One such farmer at Singhu border is the father of Gurjant Singh. And let me tell your viewers who Gurjant Singh is. Gurjant Singh is the braveheart who laid down his life at the Galwan Valley fighting the Chinese. One such farmer is his father. And Nupurji and the other panelists is calling the farmers terrorists and anti-nationals. It is extremely unfortunate, and I condemn such statements.
I will answer this.
Priyanka ji's visit to Rampur. If the family of the deceased has serious doubts, what is the problem for an independent inquiry to settle the dust? If the family has reservations, after all, the boy who lost his life was an Indian citizen. It is not Nupur's case that he was not an Indian citizen. if the family has certain doubts, let a medical board be constituted and let that medical board ascertain the true cause of the death. That would also bring closure to the family. I don't think there is anything or any agency which should try to deny or scuttle that. Point number 3.
Now,
Point number 4.
Gaurav, 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 you have to allow me to now respond.
Okay,
This is
sir,
not
since
fair.
time is restricted.
Please allow me.
Nupur, sir,
Please allow me.
Okay,
You know, it's
let's
interesting.
have a
At one
conversation. Sure, he's made a point. Please respond. I'll come back to him.
Yes, I will pointedly answer. At one end, Mr. Boparai says that the I'm sorry to say, but the rioting was done by BJP hooligans. So is he trying to now say that Mrs. Vadra visited house of a BJP hooligan martyred in the protest on 26 January? This belies logic according to me. Secondly, when Galwan clash was happening, they were not brave hearts. Rahul Gandhi went on record in Bihar to say, we have ceded our territory, not that we have regained what his great father lost. No, I did not heckle him. Please, this is not fair, Gaurav. This is not fair. I did not heckle the man.
One by one. Sir, I'll come back to you.
Allow me to answer. He cannot start and end the debate. He cannot start and end the debate. This is not his monologue. This is not his stage. This is not his monologue. This is not his stage. You have to allow me my time.
My request to both my guests.
Okay.
Sir. Okay, Nupur and Adil Singh Boparai, you're both seasoned debaters. Both of you have great points. Let viewers hear both sides. Both of you have great points. Let viewers hear all sides. Let viewers have an informed. Okay, one by one.
Allow me, Gaurav. This is not fair. You will allow us to start and also finish the debate and then heckle everybody in between. Is this a stage? Is he contesting the election from this stage?
Adil Singh Boparai, permit her to finish. I will come back to you. I also need to go to my other guest. Adil, permit her to finish, please.
He's continuing to heckle me. Why
Not a word on Kangana. Not a word on Kangana.
Okay.
Kangana gets away.
Okay. Okay. Sir, when we are talking about Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, why should we bring in Kangana at that stage?
Please call our farmers terrorists.
Today, I'm concerned about farmers.
Bollywood starlet supported by the BJP is calling farmers terrorists. I'm perturbed by this. I'm perturbed by this. And I know in your heart,
Okay. I want to know how many houses did Rahul Gandhi visit? In Rahul Gandhi's own backyard, Amethi, Amarnath Prasad Yadav committed suicide months after Rahul Gandhi visited his house because he was so neck into deep.
Let me bring in Saira Shah Halim. Okay, before I'll take a moment and reestablish that link with Saira Shah Halim. But Sonam Mahajan, a very clear distinction needs to be made by everyone, and very clearly. There's love and respect for farmers, but there is no love and respect for those who are trying to destabilize our country, and that distinction needs to be made because we need to keep India first, and one cannot give cover fire to the wrongdoings of another. That has to be made very clear, Sonam Mahajan.
Gaurav, I don't want to get into BJP and Congress, but the government of India has from the beginning been making this distinction. The government of India stand from the beginning has been that there is a section of farmers, there is a section of Khalistanis, which is present among the farmers during the protests. That's the statement the government of India has been making. And how else could the government of India prove this? We have already seen violence on the roads of Delhi. Now, instead of talking about the larger debate, the international conspiracy, we are stuck in questions like who gains from defaming the farmers. I think the bigger question should be who gains from defaming the Indian state? Who gains from defaming the Indian government? That is the question we need to ask of ourselves as well as each other.
Okay.
I don't know who gains from defaming the farmers because nobody really wants to do that.
Saira Shah Halim.
It's a section of farmers which is actually doing
that's
things.
a very valid point.
Yes.
That's a very valid point. There is love and respect for farmers, and more needs to be done for our farmers. Nobody doubts that. Nobody. There is no argument about that. But
yeah, but what happens, Gaurav?
Those who say
I want to add
take policemen hostages, ma'am, those who take policemen hostage, There is a leader who's been caught on camera, and Delhi police again. Praveer Ranjan, Special Commissioner, Delhi police told me in an interview that leader is a person of interest. There's a lookout circular for him. He's been asked to join investigation and he hasn't so far. So the point remains, if somebody says take policemen hostage, such elements need to be weeded out. And let's be very clear about it. We cannot beat about the bush about these serious issues. Vandalism at Red Fort, violence at Red Fort, unacceptable. Whether Deep Sidhu or anybody else needs to be arrested.
Okay, so Gaurav, let me come in. So anybody who's inciting violence, firstly, has to be taken into account. Okay, there's going to be no tolerance for any kind of violence or anyone who's even inciting violence, be it provocatory slogans, be it incendiary comments, or anyone inciting hatred for the other. Now, you look at the pattern of events right from 2019 CA NRC to 2020 NRC CA protests. You look at the way the dissent or even protests have been tried to get dismantled. So they've always been somebody planted.
There were riots in Delhi, ma'am. 57 people lost their lives.
Supreme Court held that.
There were elements who were saying cut off India at Assam.
What is this?
No. Madam perhaps does not know that the Supreme Court held that the Shaheen Bagh protest was ultra-virus the Constitution. You perhaps don't know that. Shaheen Bagh has been declared unconstitutional by the Honorable Supreme Court. Sarah, do your homework before you come on TV debates. It's unfortunate. But I will tell you, Sonia Gandhi before the riots in Delhi said Arya Par ki ladai hai. And Rahul Gandhi after the January chaos and riots said pura desh jal jayega. You know, we all know who's behind this rioting. We all know when 3,600 farmers committed suicide in Karnataka. Nobody from the Congress visited. We know that when Rahul Gandhi's own backyard in Amethi, Amarnath Prasad Yadav committed suicide. He did not return. Although he took media to his house to show how farmers are poor. But when he committed suicide, 4 months later, this is an India Today story, Rahul Gandhi never returned. He never returned.
One thing has to be very clear. Okay, I'm running out of time. It is a heated. Okay, this issue does lead to heated debates. But
what kind of
clearly,
democracy?
let's keep this civil. Let's keep India first. Let's all together, at least on this panel, we are all on the same page. We need to keep India first. I've run out of time on this debate, but we will continue. We will continue to talk about this. No violence. Oh, absolutely. No violence. Unacceptable. Very, very clearly. Nobody can say that they'll cut India off at Assam and then think that that's freedom of expression. But that's another debate. We'll have that in another debate. To all my guests, Adil Singh Boparai, Nupur Sharma, Sonam Mahajan and Saira Shah Halim. Always a pleasure to have you on the show. A quick break at this stage.
Hello everyone. This is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.